Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, welcome to our second episode about Quran and science. Today we're gonna take some verses from the Quran. It is chapter 12, chapter Joseph, verses 46 to 49. These verses have come about and explain a dream shown to a king at the time of Prophet Joseph. And Prophet Joseph was given the miracle of explaining the dreams. And Allah says, O Joseph, the man of truth, explain to us the dream of 7 fat cows whom were devouring, whom were eating 7 lean ones, and of 7 green ears of corn and 7 others dry, so that I may return to the people so they may know about this. Joseph said, for 7 consecutive years you shall sow as usual, and whatever you harvest you shall leave it in its ears, in its covering, in its sheaths, except a little of that you may eat. And thereafter will come 7 hard years, 7 drought years, that will devour what you have laid by in advance for them, except a little that you may store. And thereafter will come a year in which people will have abundant rain, and in which they will produce wine and oil. Allah has spoken the truth. These verses, the scientific point in these verses are storing the corn in its ears, in its covering, in its sheath, is considered the basic method of preserving such crops during hard environmental condition, during harsh environmental condition. This combination of growing crops, preserving and storing them is known as preserving product. Recently, scientific research done on some wheat seeds which were left in their ears, in their covering, and some other seeds left outside their covering for 2 years. Primary results showed that seeds left in their ears, in their covering, experienced no change and remained 100% viable, despite the house store was normal and no special conditions were provided. Furthermore, seeds stored with their covering lost a considerable amount of water and became drier than those left outside their covering. This means 20% of the weight of the seeds that left outside their covering is water, which may affect the seed's ability to grow once cultivated, because water makes more vulnerable to decay. Scientists also compared the rate of growth between these two seeds, and they found that seeds stored with their sheaths, with their covering, have a better growth rate of 20% root length and 32% trunk length. Furthermore, the scientists estimated and compared the sugar and the proteins that remained unchanged in these seeds for 2 years. They found that such substance had fallen by 32% after 2 years of storage in the seeds left outside their covering, outside their sheets. After 1 year of storage, such seeds have lost 30% of these substances. On the other hand, the seeds stored with their covering lost nothing. In that case, Allah says, فَذَرُوا فِي سُنبُلِهِ. Whatever you harvest, whatever you reap, leave it, store it in its ears, in its covering, in its sockets. If it is corn, if it is maize, if it is rice, if it is wheat, if it is sorghum, whatever it is, leave it, store it in its covering, in its sheets, in its ears. Allah says that. The other scientific points in these verses we have quoted is defining the period over which these seeds are expected to be viable. Approximately it is 15 years as the verse states. In these verses, people were commanded to grow wheat for 7 consecutive years, and then other 7 hard years may follow. 7 drought years will follow. Then after that, 1 year will come in which they will have abundant rain and in which they will produce oil and wine. So the lifespan of these seeds is approximately 15 years, which today science confirms this incident. The scientists also continued their experiment and they confirmed that the best method to store such seeds to stay long time period is to store them with their covering. This method of storing seeds with their covering is practiced by Prophet Joseph, who was taught by Allah. Imagine such incident, which recently discovered, was being practiced centuries ago. We have such beautiful book, such knowledgeable book, which contains every kind of knowledge. Today we are in the age of science and technology. Tomorrow may be another age, and this book will be the first step of every age we develop. This is your brother loving you from the bottom of his heart. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Till our next episode.